Miss, I think you're on mute.
Oh, I'm so sorry. If you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that we are starting a new chapter today. Das ist umweltfreundlich. That means environment friendly. And in this chapter, we would be learning through a lot of topics which talks about uh, environment, what is the situation and how it can be better, like a normal topic which we as a human being keep on talking with our friends and family, also like normal topic, in considering what exactly the situation is in Germany. So here we have 4 5 texts coming from different topics related to environment. We'll read each of them one by one and then we'll understand. So here with the text there are 3 options given. I'll give you the answers for that and then you will read through the topic. So for this is B. So Anana, can you start reading the first topic? Das ist Trinkwasser and the option is from B. So also 125 Liter Trinkwasser.
125 Liter Trinkwasser verbraucht jeder Deutsche pro Tag. Eigentlich sind es sogar 4000 Liter, wenn man das Wasser, das man für die Produktion von Kleidung und Nahrungsmitteln braucht, mitrechnet.
Yes. So here they are saying like 125 liters of drinking water requires every German every day. So in Germany, basically there is like no separate segregation of water. Okay, this is something you are going to use for your showering or cooking food, or this is something is going to be a drink water. In Germany, people the people usually drink tap water because packaged water there is very expensive. So usually like here in India, we will never go to the our kitchen or our bathroom, maybe open the tab, fill the bottle from there and then drink it. No, in India we won't do that. But in Germany, the water which is available in your tap also, that is a drinkable water. People do drink tap water there. So here they are saying the drinking water which they need every day, that is this of this much quantity. And actually sind es sogar 4000 liter, and actually on this is somewhere around 4000 liter if you compile the water which is usually used for your everyday usages, maybe for showering or cooking food, or when you are in the sense of like production of clothes or Nahrungsmittel, that means food. So everything related to your clothes, food, or any other daily activity which you use it for, so that is somewhere around 4000 liter calculated. Okay, number 2, Fleisch consume, that is consumption of meat. Ashwini, can you read that? I'm just away for 2 minutes. I'll be back. Meanwhile, can you read that? I'll explain it.
So, Fleisch consume. So, I don't know the answer, but keep on reading. So,
Das
Fleisch.
ist auch B. Das ist auch B.
Okay. So, 9, 9, 59, Komma 6 Kilogramm. Fleisch ist ein Deutscher im Jahr. Im Laufe seines Lebens ver, ver, verspielt er 45,5 Schwein, Komma 2, sorry, 3,2 Kuchen,
Kühe.
Kuchen and 5,1 Schafe und Ziegen und ähm, 926 Hühner.
Hühner.
Hühner. Their market and tail for Biofleisch liegt bei circa 3%.
So here, did you understood what they are talking about? They are talking about meat consumption, overall meat consumption in Germany. How is it going? Like this much kilogram of meat ist ein Deutscher im Jahr. So almost 60 kilogram of meat is eaten by a German per year. Im Laufe seines Lebens, im Laufe seines Lebens. So this is like one of the expression which people usually use in German, as in the language, in the course of or during. Im Laufe, not in the running, but in the sense of in the course of their life. Verspeist er, he usually consumes 45 Schweine, for almost 45 pigs, 3 cows, 5 sheep and goats, Schafe, sheep, and then Ziegen, goats, and 926 chickens. So this much is the number like which they consume in the course of their life, during their life, and this much kilogram of meat in 1 year. Their marked Anteil. Marked Anteil means market share. So the market share of Biofleisch, organic meat. So the market share of organic meat, it lies somewhere around 3%. So the organic meat consumption is little less considered to other type of meat which is being produced. And as and when, just to repeat, whenever you are getting any new word from the book, please don't miss to note it down. Okay, number 3. Hi Sam, could you read this text?
Yeah, sure. So, also einmal, see, okay. So this is oh my god.
Try.
Okay, I'll try. I mean, like, okay, this is 819 und 200. Is it like I forgot about like reading how the numbers are? I mean, so can I start from also einmal?
Why there is space in between two numbers? Does it signifies anything?
No, it's just one number actually. So this is like 819,214 something.
How do you read it in Dutch, by the way? Like,
This is 819, 214 Kilometer.
Okay, perfect. So also einmal zum Mond und wieder zurück fährt ein Deutscher im ganzen Leben mit dem Auto. Knapp 50 Millionen Autos sind in Deutschland angemeldet. Bei einer Gesamtbevölkerung von über 80 Millionen Menschen bedeutet das rein statistisch gesehen, dass mehr als jeder Zweite ein eigenes Auto hat.
So, gefahrene Kilometer, so driven kilometer. So here they are talking about also Verkehrsmittel or the traffic or the cars, basically how much a German person drives in their life. Also circa 819,000 kilometers, somewhere around 819,000 kilometers drives. So this is like equivalent to you go to the moon and then came back. So this is the like the area or the length or the you can say this is like this much how a German person drives in their whole life mit dem Auto. Knapp 50 Millionen Autos sind in Deutschland angemeldet. So on an average, somewhere around 50 million of cars has been registered in Germany bei einer Gesamtbevölkerung von über 80 Millionen Menschen bedeutet das. So if rein statistisch gesehen, so if we look at it from the statistical point of view and with the Gesamtbevölkerung is like the whole population. So if we see the whole population and the number of Autos which has been registered. So 80 Millionen Population, 80 million population mentioned, and then 50 Millionen Autos, sie sind angemeldet haben. So considering this much population and this much number of cars which has been registered, this means almost every second person has their own car. So that's what they are saying here. Okay. Number 4, Müll, that means waste or garbage. This is A here. Ananya, could you read that?
Yep. 35 Punkt
Comma.
8,
Das ist
Komma,
Komma.
8 Tonnen Müll produziert ein Deutscher in seinem Leben. Das sind jede Woche 8,4 Kilogramm und jährlich fast eine halbe Tonne. Interessant ist, dass diese Zahl seit Jahren konstant ist und man keinen Trend zu steigenden Zahlen erkennen kann. Vielleicht liegt das auch an den relativ hohen Gebühren, die man in Deutschland für die Müllabfuhr bezahlen muss, und an der Mülltrennung.
So here they are talking about the garbage waste, like how much each person produces in the as in the quantity of garbage in their life. So here they are talking about 35.8 ton Müll produziert ein Deutscher in seinem Leben. So this is the number of so this much ton of garbage a German produces in his or her whole life. Das sind jede Woche 8,4 Kilogramm. So each week that is equivalent to almost 8.4 kilogram, and on annual basis that is somewhere around like half of ton. Interessant ist, so interesting thing is, dass diese Zahl seit Jahren constant ist. So interesting thing is that this number of producing garbage is constant for the past few years. It's not increasing. Und man kann keinen Trend zu steigenden Zahlen as an increased number of quantity or counting. So this number has been constant for the past few years, and there is no trend has been seen in terms of increasing this number. So it has been constant for the past few years. Vielleicht liegt das auch an den relativ hohen Gebühren, and that can be due to the high number of fees. Because in Germany there is like a high fees which a person has to pay for getting this garbage cleaned and segregated. Müllabfuhr bezahlen und an der Mülltrennungen. Mülltrennungen, like bifurcation of the garbage, like wet should go this way or dry garbage should go this way. So there is a huge fees which a person has to pay for getting it taking it away and then getting it segregated. So that can be another reason that this number of producing garbage has been constant for the past few years. Okay, Nummer 5, Papierverbrauch.
Okay. Should I?
Yeah, this is C.
Papierverbrauch around 246 Kilogramm.
50.
50, right? 50. So round 256 Kilogramm Papier verbraucht eine Person in Deutschland jedes Jahr. Das entspricht ungefähr täglich einem dicken Buch. Wie zum Beispiel einer Band Harry Potter. Ein großer Anteil dieses Papiers ist Verpackungsmaterial und landet im Müll. Alien den Abfeuerblätter verbraucht man in Deutschland in Segment rund 800
800.000 Tonnen pro Jahr.
800.000 Tonnen pro Jahr. Ein Güterzug, der diese Menge transportiert, war 600 Kilometer lang.
Okay, so here they are talking about the requirement of the paper. So this much of kilogram paper requires a person in Germany per year, almost 256 kilogram. Das entspricht, that is like corresponding to ungefähr täglich einem dicken Buch wie zum Beispiel einem Band Harry Potter. So considering that this much of kilogram of paper each person like one German needs in whole year, so that is corresponding to and equal to a Dicken einen Deacon book. That means a fat or a very thick book. For example, Harry Potter. So all, as we all know, Harry Potter is like each of the series is having like a very thick book. So that is equivalent to having this much of book requirement on daily basis if we consider the paper requirement of German people. Ein großer Anteil dieses Papiers ist Verpackungsmaterial und landet im Müll. Das ist eine Schade. And that is not only in Germany, that is like throughout the world. So here what they are saying, ein großer Anteil, a big portion, a big section of this paper is basically Verpackungsmaterial, packaging material, which eventually lands in the garbage. So that is like, as I said, that is a global problem actually. If we are ordering something even from Amazon, so they also use like a lot of paper which eventually lands in the garbage. So that is how we are wasting a lot of paper. A line DIN A4 Blätter, so that is like we all know the A4 size paper, verbraucht man in Deutschland insgesamt rund 800.000 Tonnen pro Jahr. And A4 size paper, this much of A4 size paper people need in Germany each year. And Güterzug is like a freight train which carries the like all the stuff, a train which carries all the stuff, freight train. There these are Menge transportiert, Menge stuff or goods. So a freight train which generally transports these stuff could have been 600 kilometers. So that is like so here they are trying to say like to transport this much of ton of paper in one go, you would need this long train. Is it clear what exactly they are trying to say here? And I'm sure there must be like a whole lot of new set of words which you got
Yeah.
to know in this chapter, which is very important actually.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Jetzt wir haben noch einen Text. Wir lesen das vor. Was ist besser für die Umwelt? What is better for the atmosphere? Okay. So there are on daily basis we do a lot of things which usually we can skip, which can be good for our atmosphere or for the environment. Wie zum Beispiel Baden, Duschen. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between Baden and Duschen?
Baden is to bath and Dushan is to take shower.
Yes, Baden to take bath as in the sense of using the bathtub, which requires a lot of water compared to taking shower. Then wir haben Plastiktüte und Papiertüte. Dann Geschirrspüler, das ist Dishwasher und dann vom Handspülen and doing the dishes from the hand instead of doing it in the dishwasher because that requires like a lot of energy and lot of water also. Then book und dann e-book. So related to this only, we have 4 texts here. Let's read and understand what they are saying here. If possible, read it one by one and try to explain, then we'll discuss together. So let's start with you, Ananya.
Okay. Baden duschen Sie liegen gern in der Badewanne. Bei einer Duschzeit von 5 Minuten verbraucht man ca. 50 Liter Wasser. Fürs Baden brauchen Sie viel mehr Wasser, ca. 150 Liter. Dazu kommt die Energie, die nötig ist, um das Wetter warm.
Das ist Energie.
Okay. Dazu kommt die Energie, die nötig ist, um das Wasser warm zu machen. Mit der Energie, die man für ein heißes Bad braucht, könnte man 120 Stunden Fernsehen. Duschen Sie also lieber. Das ist viel umweltfreundlicher als Baden.
Ja. Haben Sie das verstanden? Könnten Sie das
Ja.
erklären?
So, um, do you like to stay in the bathtub?
Mhm.
Uh, in in 5 minutes, a man, somebody uses approximately 50 liters of water
Mm-hmm. For shower time. So
to
in
shower.
5 minutes of shower time, a person requires 50 liter of water, and compared to 150 liter of water is what they need for taking like bathing in using bathtub.
Yeah, and a lot of um, is energy electricity?
Yes, like normal energy, electric.
Okay, so a lot of electricity or energy gets used up to make the water warm, and with that amount of energy, take a man can take a hot bath, and that is sort of equivalent to watching 120 hours of TV.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, but in the end, taking a shower is environmental friendly as compared to a bathtub.
Right. Sehr schön. Gut erklärt, Anna. Any confusion? Anyone with this particular section? Sam, Ashwini, clear?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nummer 2, Plastiktüte und Papiertüte. Ashwini, you will read this.
Yeah. So here gibt es keinen klaren Gewinner. Plastiktüten sollte man aus Erdroll her. Papiertüten behandelt man mit Chemikalien, damit sie nicht reißen. Ein, ein Softtouch zum Einkaufen mitzunehmen, ist natürlich die beste Alternative. Wenn Sie diese vergessen haben, dann nehmen Sie lieber ein Plastik Plastiktüte als ein Papiertüte, da Sie diese often äh, verwerten können, ist das die bessere Wahl. So the meaning would be here comes kind and clear and gay winner. Here comes the clear winner. Plastic
Mm-hmm.
bag.
Actually, here they are saying there is no clear winner between these
Okay,
two. Keinen klaren Gewinner.
correct. So here there is no clear winner. Plastic bag and alcohol.
Airdual Petroleum. So
Petroleum. Okay.
yes, so here they are saying plastic bags, they are manufactured herstellen, separable verb, stellt
Hmm.
und dann herstellen, that means they are manufactured or they are produced from petroleum.
Paper bag be handled man and paper bags is created through
Yep.
chemical in a chemical you know chemical equation or
Yeah.
chemical treatment. Uh, damit sie nicht reisen. Uh, So damit means
With that. So Ryzen here, this is not the like travel Ryzen. We have double S here, sharpest S, which means to rip or to tear.
okay. So that we cannot tear.
Hmm.
Ein Softtags zum Einkaufen mitnehmen ist nützlich. Softtags is
Stoffsache, like a fabric thing you can say, or a stuff. Sorry, das ist Tasche, not Sache. Stofftasche, a paper, cloth bag, basically, a cloth
okay.
bag.
So a cloth bag you buy from is neutrally the best alternative.
Naturally,
When
mutually,
yeah,
the best
right,
alternative. So if you are going for shopping,
mm,
Mitsune. So when you're going for shopping, take along naturally a paper bag, which is the best alternative.
yeah. Wenn Sie diese Vergesen haben, dann nehmen Sie lieber ein Plastikum. So when you are Vergesen is what is
Vergessen,
Vergesen?
vergessen to forget. So in case you forget, or in case you forgot or you forget to take it along with you, dann nehmen Sie lieber eine Plastiktüte als eine Papiertüte. Then prefer to take a plastic bag compared to paper bag.
Yeah. So the Sie diese of after verwenden können is the
Verwenden, that means to use
verwenden
or
to
to use.
use.
Yes, to utilize. Because so here they are saying in case you forgot to take a cloth bag with you, then prefer to take a plastic bag compared to a paper bag, which obviously you can use a lot of time, which is then obviously a better option because paper bag you cannot use multiple times.
Right, right. Thank you.
And maybe here obviously they are the plastic bag which they are talking about, which is obviously which is biodegradable, not like the one which we used to use previously.
Correct.
Okay, dann Geschirrspüler, dann vom Handspülen. Sam, bitte lesen Sie das vor.
Geschirrspüler von Handspülen. Der Geschirrspüler ist ganz klar die bessere Wahl. Die modernen Maschinen sind effizienter geworden, da sie weniger Wasser und Energie als früher verbrauchen. Wichtig ist, die Maschine nur einzuschalten, wenn sie voll ist. Für die gleiche Menge Geschirr ist der Wasserverbrauch viel höher, wenn man von Hand spielt.
Mhm.
So the dishwasher or the hand washing, yeah. So the dishwasher is ganz klar die beste. So it's clear better. The dishwasher is clear better.
Yes,
Was
clearly it is better option. And why it is a
op-
better option? Here they are
option?
saying
Okay. So what is VAL? VAHL? Like
like option.
option. Okay. So the dishwasher is a clear better option. Die modernen Maschinen sind effizienter geworden. So the modern machine is efficient. Is
Have
efficient.
become efficient.
Yeah, it's
Geworden, so became more efficient.
da sie weniger Wasser und Energie als früher verbrauchen. So few water and energy als when comparing to before.
Mm-hmm. So
Uh,
yes, so
yeah.
here they're saying the modern machines they have become little better, like a much better, which actually needs less water and energy compared to previous
Compared to
earlier.
previous. Okay, earlier. Yeah. Wichtig ist die Maschine nur einzuschalten. What is einzuschalten?
To close or to shut down.
So important is to shut down the machine on only shut down the machine when she full is when it is full.
Mm-hmm.
For the gleiche Mensch Gazette ist the Wasserbrause
Sorry,
viel.
sorry, my bad. This is einschalten, not ausschalten. So einschalten is like to switch on or to turn on. So you can turn on the machine only when it is full. So you put all the stuff in the machine and then you can start it when it is full. And
Okay. Mm. For die gleiche Mensch Gesicht the Wasserbrause viel Gehör. Um, was ist Mensch Gesicht? Many. So, was ist Gehör?
where are you reading from?
Gehör, viel Gehör.
Okay,
Mensch.
few gleiche Menge Geschirr, like for almost same Geschirr are like dishes. Ist der Wasserverbrauch viel höher, higher. And for the same amount of
Okay.
the dishes which you have to wash requires a lot, like a lot higher number of water when you do it or when you clean it,
On
spülen to
when
clean it
hand
from your
wash.
hand. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Buch und dann E-Book. Anane, could you read that again?
Ja, Buch, E-Book. Sie lesen mehr als 10 Bücher pro Jahr. Dann sind Sie mit einem E-Book-Reader auf der ökologisch korrekten Seite.
Mhm.
Aber Sie müssen das Gerät länger als 3 Jahre benutzen. In diesem Zeitraum spart der E-Book-Leser viel Papier, Energie und Treibhausgase ein. Die gedruckten Bücher kommen zu einem schlechteren Ergebnis. So, do you read around 10 books a year? Then you should with the ebook reader correct. What is ecologist?
So ecolocation is like ecology basically.
Okay,
Ecologically corrected pages because here everything which you will be reading on the device only, like a soft copy, not a hard copy.
okay, but you must the device. You must use the device for more than
3 years.
3 years,
Mhm.
and the in today's days,
In
um,
diesen Zeitraum, in that particular duration, like if you are using the ebook reader for 3 years, then in diesen Zeitraum, in that particular duration.
okay, the ebook uses or
No.
it uses lesser paper.
So it saves part. It saves
Hmm.
a lot, like a whole lot of paper, energy, and greenhouse gases. Treibhaus Gase, greenhouse gases.
Okay, the books come. I'm not sure what gedruckten means.
Printed, the printed books.
Oh, okay. The printed books come with a. Is that a certificate?
Which one?
Ergebnis?
Result, basically. So that is a result, not certificate.
Okay, so the printed books come with a worse result.
Mm-hmm. So here they are saying the printed books comes to the worst results. Common zu einem schlechten Ergebnis. Did you understood the last point?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, now we will quickly do this richtig false exercise and then we'll switch back to our grammar topic. Okay, each one of you will read this sentence. I think this is coming from all these 4 paragraphs only which we just read. So each one of you will read the sentence one by one and will tell ob es richtig oder falsch ist. Okay, Ashwini, let's start with you.
Okay. Tuition ist für die Umwelt schlechter als Baden. Schlechter is good,
Worst.
worse.
Schlechter. Bad, worst, worst. Hm. So ist das richtig oder falsch? Duschen ist schlechter oder Baden ist schlechter?
This is richtig.
Richtig?
Ich
Sorry,
denke,
falsch.
Das ist falsch. So here they are saying duschen, to take a shower is bad for the environment compared to using bathtub. So obviously the statement is wrong. Baden ist schlechter für die Umwelt als duschen.
Right.
Okay, Nummer 2, Sam.
ein heißes Bad braucht so viel Energie wie 120 Stunden Fernsehen. So hot bath brings so much energy than 120 I mean like 120 minutes. Is it 120
Hours,
hours?
not minutes, of
Hours
watching
TV.
television.
TV. Ich denke, das ist falsch.
Nein, das ist richtig. Wir haben das schon gelesen, ne?
Okay. Okay. Country. Okay.
Okay, Nummer 3, Ananya.
Heute kann man effizientere Geschirrspüler kaufen als früher. Today man can buy a more efficient washing machine than before. Ist das
Dishwasher, not washing
für
machine.
Dishwasher? Ist das richtig?
Yeah, das ist richtig. Because today, whatever dishwashers we have, they are more energy and water efficient compared to earlier. Okay, Nummer 4, Ashwini.
One Hand zu spülen ist am umweltfreundlichsten. So from hand, if you want wash dishes with hand, so this is environment friendly. So this is falsch.
Yes. Und das ist nicht environment friendly, aber most environment friendly. The superlative form they have used here. Umweltfreundlichsten.
Correct.
Yes. So das ist falsch. Okay, Nummer 4, Sam.
Gedruckte Bücher haben immer eine bessere Echobilanz als E-Books. So the book, was ist gedruckte?
Printed books.
Oh, printed books has always a better equivalence als E-Books. Nein, das ist falsch. E-Books ist besser. Equivalence.
E-Books sind best. Und was ist Ökobilanz?
Equivalence.
Equivalent.
Is it like just ecological or something like that?
Yeah, ecological balance, eco balance basically. Eco balance, balance. Eco balance. Eco balance. Okay. Nummer 6.
Eine Stofftasche zum Einkaufen mitzunehmen ist die umweltfreundlichste Alternative. Ist das falsch?
Nein, das ist richtig. Was bedeutet dieses Satz?
A paper bag.
No,
For-
that is a cloth bag. Stofftasche, cloth bag. Dann haben wir Papiertüte, that is paper bag, und Plastiktüte, plastic bag. Und dann Stofftasche, cloth bag.
Okay.
So bringing along the paper bag when going for cloth bag while going for shopping is always a best option for the environment. So das ist richtig, nicht falsch.
Richtig.
Okay, verstanden? Now, okay, now as a homework, what you have to do. So like here we saw 4 comparisons. Now you will find one more topic where you will be comparing 2 things which can be a better option for the umwelt, and you will write certain information as it has been written here for each topic. Maybe you can write on anything like using your own car or using public transport, or there can be many other topics which you can compare on the basis of which is more environment friendly. So, okay, and before you start writing, please share your topic with me so that each one of you has a separate topic. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, switching to the next topic. So heute, wir sprechen über wo und da Composite. So composite words are like basically combined words. So in German, we know that there are a lot of nouns, lot of words which are there which are combined together. So here in this topic, we will be learning how we combined wo and da with lot of things. So before we start understanding that, what is wo and da composite basically? So this is like equivalent to English, like we have in English now for what or for that. What are you waiting for? I am waiting for that. I have a package to arrive and I'm waiting for that. Who are you waiting for? I am waiting for somebody. So for what, for whom, for that, because of that. So all these things are basically normal which we use in English also. Now before we start this topic, it is important that you know the topic which we did in our last class. This is verbs with prepositions. So as we know, there are a lot of verbs which comes with fixed prepositions. So if you are aware of that, then only doing this particular topic wo unda composite will be easier for you. So Ananya, if you're not aware of that, I'm just giving you a quick overview. There are some of the verbs which comes with fixed preposition, wie zum Beispiel denken an. So in English, like we say na, thinking about, so we cannot say denken über, but in German we say denken an. Similarly, sich erinnern an. So there is a whole lot of list which you should thoroughly learn so that you can understand this topic in a better way. So now let's see some more example. For example, in English, if you are saying what are you thinking about, also there is one more thing, wo und da composite. Obviously they will be used either for person or for things, and the way we use wo and da, it will be little different if we are using it for a person and if we are using it for things. We'll see to it how does that differentiate. So just for example, like in English we say what are you thinking about, also woran denkst du, because denken an. So what is basically wo and then an, so woran denkst du. Then an, this is coming from an etwas.
Oh, war and thanks to. Is it like are in between?
Yes, R also is there in between. So there are like a lot of words which before which you will be adding extra R. So you can say one but woran.
Okay.
Specifically the words which are starting with A. So Beispiel, which are basically starting with the vowels. So
Okay.
even if you're saying, even if you're using anything with Uber, so you won't say wo Uber. You will be saying vor Uber.
Worry. Okay.
But with mit, like we have another preposition, you won't say vormit. You will be saying vomit. So any preposition which is starting with vowel, with that we add extra r in between. Also, wo plus r plus an. Voran denkst du? What are you thinking about? So an etwas denken. So this is basically for thing, not for person. But if I have to say, I'm giving just an example as of now. We'll see the detailed description later on. So if this is something, if I have to say for a thing, but if I'm asking someone for who are you waiting for? Like in English also we say, na, what are you waiting for? Or who are you waiting for? Or who are you thinking about? So if somebody is thinking about a person and I'm asking who are you thinking about? So I won't say wo ran denkst du, but I would be saying an wen denkst du. So for human, we will be using wen, oder, wem. Basis accusative or dative. An will be accusative, so I will be using an wem. Had it been dative, I would have been saying an wem. So here, if somebody is thinking of a person, if I have to ask who are you thinking about, so I won't say woran denkst du, but I would be saying an wen denkst du. This is how it differentiates from you for using these composites for a person or for a thing or for a person. Some more examples and then we'll see more details followed by practice material. So I have
So if you say who are you thinking about, the an is used as a prefix and not a suffix.
yes. So here we are not using basically vona. That's why we are using vein, which is coming from like where, who.
Okay.
And then we are turning this where into accusative as in vein or vem, dative.
Okay.
Then what are you waiting for? Worauf wartest du? Auf etwas warten. So now are you understanding the importance of learning these prepositions, because you cannot use each and everything everywhere. So you cannot say worauf denkst du oder woran wartest du. No, that will be wrong. So it is important that we learn all the verbs with their fixed prepositions. So another example, I have work and I am thinking about that. So this is like a quick example of how you use wo composite, and here like for da. So like similarly, if there is any preposition which is starting with wall, so with da also we will add extra r in between, like we added here. So I have work and I am thinking about that. So about what, woran, and about that, daran. So wo
For
is
example,
what.
like,
Mm-hmm.
for example, there should be not wo, but then wasran, something
No,
like that, because it's
no,
what, right? Because
no. Don't please don't try to do that like word to word translation. That is why this wo and the composite is a separate topic altogether. Like for example, just to clarify this, we, what is we and what is was? What is the meaning of we
how,
and what is the meaning of was?
what,
Yes, but these are the two W questions. At times, while we use it in sentence, they can be used on each other's place.
okay, okay. Mhm.
Yeah. So, like about what? So, woran, about that, daran. So, ich habe viel zu tun und ich denke daran. Okay. So these were just the examples to give you a quick overview. What is this basically? Now we see some of the details. Now the question arises, why do we need these composites basically, daran daran? So if there is a, let's say there is a noun in a sentence or in a paragraph which we are talking about, so each time we usually do not keep on repeating the noun basically. So in order to replace that, we usually use these, wo and the composite. Now let's see the component in detail with some more examples. So Ashwini, could you read this particular table for us?
Yeah. So wir sehen das Buch. We see the book.
Mm-hmm.
Wir sehen es. We see it. Wir helfen dem Kind. We are helping the child. Wir helfen ihm. We are helping him. Wir sprechen mit dem Mann. We are talking to the man. Wir sprechen mit ihm. We are talking to him.
So here this table is like just to indicate that each time it is not mandatory to keep on repeating the same noun again and again. We usually keep it replacing with the option also. Like if we are talking about the book, we cannot use the book each time each time. So instead of saying we see the book in the next sentence, you can use it for the book. So das book is something which you will not keep on repeating. Same, wir helfen dem Kind. So in each sentence you cannot use, you should not ideally use them kind, or the child. You always use the pronouns for that, or accusative or dative cases for that. So you don't keep on repeating the same word again and again, but rather you search for an alternative in order to replace that particular noun. And you can generally replace that noun with the pronoun. So that is why wo and the are the composites which usually helps, like one of the, like a pronoun sort of thing which you can use in order to indicate to the particular noun. Now there are some other examples. Sam, could you read this table for us?
Ja. Ich verstehe nicht von diesem Thema. I understand nothing about this topic. Ich verstehe nichts davon.
Davon.
Davon. I understand nothing about it. Okay. So, yeah. Haben Sie etwas gegen diesen Film? Do you have something against this film? Haben Sie etwas dagegen? Do you have something against it? Wir haben uns für das rote Auto entschieden. We have decided on the red car. Wir haben uns dafür entschieden. We have decided on it.
So here we are written some examples where we are using the noun and then we are replacing it with the component. So ich verstehe nicht von diesem Buch. So instead of saying that, you can also say ich verstehe nicht davon. So instead of von diesem Buch, so you have replaced this diesem book with the, as in that. So the book has been replaced with that. So davon. Understanding something from, so preposition will be there and da will be added as a prefix. So about this topic or about it, one and the same thing. Similarly, haben Sie etwas gegen dieses Film? Dieses Film again has been replaced with da. So instead of saying against dieses Film, we have said dagegen. That means against it. Similarly, für das rote Auto, on the red car, we have decided für etwas entscheiden, dafür entscheidet. Wir haben dafür schon entscheidet. We have already decided something for that or on that. For on the red car, deciding on something and then decided on it. So this red car has been replaced with it. Für das rote Auto oder dafür, one and the same thing. Now another table. Ananya, could you read that?
Yeah. Wir sprechen über das Buch. We're talking about the book. Wir sprechen darüber. We're talking about it. Wir freuen uns auf das Wochenende. We're looking forward to the weekend. Wir freuen uns darauf. We're looking forward to it.
Just few more examples just to clarify. If anything, any preposition which is starting with wall, as I told you already, we will add extra R in between. So über das Buch oder darüber, about the book or about that. Similarly, out.
Starting with what?
Sorry?
Starting with what? The prepositions, if the preposition is starting with?
Starting with walls. A,
What?
O, U.
Okay.
Usually we don't have like any preposition which is starting with O. Majorly they are A and U only, which is Uber. And then with A we have like lot of prepositions, an, auf,
Got
etc. So if anything is starting with that, we will add extra R in between with wo compound also and with da compound also. So vorüber, darüber, adding extra R in between. So instead of saying über das Buch, you're saying simply darüber. Similarly, auf das Wochenende darauf, or to it, looking forward to the weekend or looking forward to it. Okay, now talking about wo composite. So this is basically pretty simple to understand. If this table is if you're familiar, or this table is on your tips, so if you're familiar with it, this topic is pretty easy to learn. It's just you have to know where exactly you have to use this. Okay, another table where we'll see wo compound examples. Ashwini, could you read that please for us?
Yeah. So, vomit, rasiert, du dish. What do you shave with? Ich reisere mit, reisere mich mit dem Rasierapparat. I shave
Apparat.
the Rasierapparat. I shave with an electric razor. Vorüber sprichst du? What are you talking about? Ich spreche über das Buch. I'm talking about the book. Worauf freust du dich? What are you looking forward to? Ich freue mich auf das Wochenende. I'm looking forward to the weekend.
So here basically they are talking about things only. They are not talking about any person. So that is why wen and wen is not there, but we are using wo. So womit rasiert du dish. With what? What with or with what? Also womit. And then mit dem Rasierapparat. Or you can say also ich habe ein Rasierapparat und ich rasiere mich damit. Since pretty long to say, just for example, I have written this. So either you can say it like this, that I shave with that, or I have a electronic shaver and I shave with that. Ich rasiere mich damit. Womit? Damit.
With
So
it
either,
or with that, it means.
sorry?
Damit here means with it or with that.
One and the same thing here.
Same thing, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, worüber sprichst du? Ich spreche über das Buch oder es gibt ein Buch und ich spreche darüber. So this is like just for additional information how you can write either this way, or as an individual sentence you can say like this, but if somebody is asking, and then you can answer it like this. So if somebody is asking worüber, you can say über das Buch, or as an individual sentence you can say es gibt ein Buch und ich spreche darüber. I am talking about that. Okay, next, worauf freust du dich? Ich freue mich auf das Wochenende oder ich freue mich darauf. Wir freuen uns darauf, like we have seen here already. Now, some more examples. Sam, could you read that for us?
Ja. Auf wen wartest du? Who are you waiting for? Ich warte auf Karl. I'm waiting for Karl. Mit wem fährst du nach Chicago? Who are you going to Chicago with? Ich fahre mit meinem Freund. I'm going with my friend.
So here, now there are two things which we have to pay attention to, whether we are using like this in a question form or in an answer form. So here we are not saying wo wen, but since we are talking about person, we are using wen and then the preposition as a prefix, also auf wen, oder if anything which is dative, you will say wem, mit wem gehst du. If somebody is going with a person, you won't say womit gehst du, but you will be saying mit wem gehst du aus, with who are you going out with. So because we are talking about person here, so we'll be using wem. Similarly here for waiting, this is accusative, so we are using wen. So wen here accusative and then wen dative. So ich warte auf Karl, and even if you are answering it in the indirect manner, you will be saying ich warte auf ihn. Like Karl is about to come and I'm waiting for him. So you won't say da im. No, you won't say it like this. So this da and wo, they won't be used like as it is, like in the same manner we are using it for things. So for people, we will be using it like this: auf wen oder auf ihn. So mit wem gehst du aus? You will be saying mit ihm. Das ist noch einmal Dativ und das ist Akkusativ. Auf ihn, auf wen. Mit wem, mit ihm. With who, with him. For who, for him. Verstanden?
I have a question like, ich warte auf in. Why are we using im as a dative? Because it's auf is Wechsel, right? So like we can use either dative or is it accusative?
So when we talk about Wechsel prepositions, that usually comes into picture wo and wo him, wo and wo hin. Basically, when we are talking about any placement or any location. Like where are you going to, where it has been kept. So in the sense of wo and wo hin, an and out can be wechseled, but here yeah, I got your question. So, but here they are actually fixed. Like if you see this table, an, denken, they are majorly either accusative. An is majorly accusative. Auf is majorly accusative. Similarly, in. Für is also accusative. Mit is fixed dative.
Okay.
If you are talking about, if you are using these an, auf, in the sense of using the positioning, they might be accusative or dative as well, depending on the question, whether it's wo or wo hin. But if you are using it with the verb as a fixed preposition, they will be fixed accusative. That's why auf wen oder an wen denkst du, wie zum Beispiel an wen denkst du? What, who are, like who are you thinking about? Or woran denkst du? What are you thinking about? Here, who are you thinking about? Because denken an, etwas oder jemand. Mit wem fährst du nach Chicago? With whom you are driving to Chicago? Ich fahre mit meinem Freund oder mit ihm. With him oder with her. Accordingly, you can write. Is it little clear how these composites are going to work and how they will get differentiated if you are using it with the thing or a person?
Miss, so we're just supposed to learn up where the wo composites are used and where the da composites are used.
No. You don't have to use where to use wo and where to use the. Okay, there are 2-3 things which you have to pay attention to first. Before understanding this particular sheet, it is important that you understand this particular table, like with which verb you are going to use which preposition. and that too accusative or dative. Differentiating between accusative and dative is pretty simple, because fawn we already know that is dative, mit we already know that is dative, nach we already know is dative. In these vexel prepositions über, auf, an, if we are using it with fixed verb, they will majorly be accusative. So learning accusative and dative is not a thing, but understanding with which verb we are going to use which preposition is important. First thing is this. Talking about where to use wo and where to use the. Wo is basically for questions, and the is basically for answers or normal sentences like daran, darau, about that, for that, dafür, for that.
Oh, okay.
Then
Yeah.
similarly, woran, worauf, worüber. The guys, just a minute, just a second, sorry. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Yes, so I was saying, so now second thing is wo is basically for questions, woran, worauf, worüber, and then daran, for example, da, daran, darauf, dafür, about that, for that, und so weiter. So this is and then this is basically for things, how you are going to use it, and then for people you will be using like an, wen, auf, wen, oder mit wem, like we discussed here. Similarly, an, ihn, auf, ihn, and for dative, mit, ihn, und so weiter. So now second thing is understanding wo is for questions and da is for answers or for normal statement, and that too it will differentiate how you are using it with human being and then how you are using it with things. So this is basically for things and this is how you are going to use it for human beings.
Okay, got it.
Now let's do some quick practice. Okay, so here this is something which you have to do. Take few minutes and do it and then send me the answers. So this is not going to be much trickier because the prepositions which you have to use are already there. So here some of the answers are written and you have to make questions from that. For example, wir fragen nach dem Weg. Wonach fragt ihr? So here you have to basically understand whether it's being used for a person or for a thing, and accordingly you have to fill the question. Okay, let's take 5 minutes and do this quickly. geschrieben? Oder brauchen Sie noch ein paar Minuten?
Ja.
Okay. Okay, Ananya has sent that already. Ashwini, Sam, please send it soon.
Yeah,
So that
1 minute. Yeah.
Sure, sure. Okay, now let's start reading the questions and answers. Okay, all of you sent it already. Okay. Wir warten auf den Bus. Ananya, could you please tell us the answer what you have written?
Worauf warten ihr?
Worauf wartet ihr? Not warten, wartet. Verstanden? Warum wartet und nicht warten? Conjugation
Yep.
after ihr. Also woran wartet ihr? Nummer 2. Sie bittet einen Kaffee. Sam, could you please read the answer for us? What you have written?
For first or second?
Second.
Second. So worum bitten Sie?
Worum? Why bitten?
Bitten Sie. That's it.
Yes, here we are talking not about Z with capital S, but she. Conjugation.
Okay.
So what is she asking for? Bitten etwas. Also worum bittet sie? Sie bittet einen Kaffee. Nummer 3. Er denkt an seinen Vater. Ashwini, please let us know what you have written. And whatever mistakes you have made in your writing questions, please correct it simultaneously. Okay.
I wrote wem dankt.
An wen? An wen? We are talking about person, na? So we won't be saying wo an or a woran, aber an wen. And this is accusative. An wen denkt er? Er denkt an seinen Vater. Who is he thinking about? He is thinking about his father. Okay, number 4, Ananya.
Wovor hast ihr Angst?
Wovor hast du Angst, not dir. So if you are considering it that for is dative and that's why you have used do here. So in case you have to do it, that dative will be considered for angst, not for the person.
Oh, okay, so it'll just be do.
Okay, number few.
I have a question. So like the fourth one is like wofür Angst du oder wofür hast du?
Wovor hast du Angst? Because here the person is saying that ich habe, so it is mandatory and it is obviously like important that you put the question in a way so that answer is also making sense. It should not be like here in the question you are asking for he and the answer is coming for she.
Okay.
Here you are asking for singular and then here it's coming for plural. So taking care of the pronouns also is important.
Okay. And the third one is seinen Vater is dative one, right? Not accusative because it's a der Vater, seinen Vater. Sign accusative. Sorry, accusative,
Yes,
right?
an is accusative, no? So that is why seinen, not seinem. So similarly, an wen, not an wem. An
Okay.
wen denkt er an seinen Vater. Okay, Nummer 5.
Sorry. Worüber spricht er? Worüber spricht er?
Spricht über seine Reise. Sehr schön. Über
Spricht er.
an Ashwini.
Yes. Womit fangst du an?
Gut.
Miss, can you also say womit hast du anfangen?
Hast du angefangen? So if you have to write it in perfect form, that will womit hast du angefangen, not anfangen, angefangen, third form.
Okay, yeah.
But that like if you see the question as an individual thing only, that will make sense, but then it will look little odd. You're asking the question in a perfect form and then it's coming in the present tense. because when you're talking about perfecting, this is something you're talking about which has been done previously, and then you're talking about it now. So this will look like you're asking for something which has been done already, and the person is saying, answering about something which he's doing right now. So the tense is also important. If you're talking about grammatically which you have written, that is perfectly correct.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nummer 7.
In men verliebt er.
Could you please say that again?
Yeah. In wen verliebt er.
Everyone has written the same.
Is it like foreign verliebt sicher?
Hmm.
Because
In wen verliebt er sich. Is that what you're saying, Sam?
I'm sorry. So sorry for confusing. I thought like the cuisine is not a
Okay.
person. So like
Let me what you have written. Verliebt. No, no, no. You have written worin. No, no, no.
yeah,
We're talking.
I wrote foreign verliebt sicher.
No, it will be in wen verliebt er sich. In jemand sich verlieben, reflexive also. So er sich and not wo, because that is not about like a thing, that is about person.
I have
Ah,
written in vain as sich verliebt.
Yeah, cousine, cousin.
Hmm.
So about a person. So in vain, not who. You have also
No,
written in vain, right?
yes, in vain, but I wrote in vain er sich verliebt. So is that
No,
right?
no, verliebt er sich, because this verlieben is a verb now, so we'll keep it at second place. Don't like keep it here and there. Okay, Nummer 8. Wer macht das? Who will do that for us?
ist nicht. For von hängt es.
Okay, es hängt von dem Wetter ab. Wovon?
Hängt es.
Ab.
Hängt es.
Abhängen. Wovon hängt es ab? Everyone has written the same?
No, I've written that.
I wrote ihm, but I know that's incorrect. So it'll be S.
Okay. And then here, not to get confused with, because here it's dative, so it won't be wo form but wo form only, because this dative thing which it will be used for a thing which you will be mentioning, which will be the answer. So don't try to use the dative here in the question only. So don't get confused that whether I have to write wo form or the wo form, because form is dative preposition. So form will remain as it is, but the dative will reflect in the thing which you're talking about. Okay, number 9.
Okay,
Das ist
so
Okay, Ashwin, you do that.
mit wem er spricht.
Mit wem spricht er? Spricht er? Don't please
Correct, I understand.
mess with this verb position. Mit wem spricht er? Er hat mit dem Lehrer gesprochen. Now, the same thing which Ananya was talking about here and which I cleared. So, if the answer is mentioned in the perfect form, better you ask it in the same way. Like here, she asked the question in a perfect way, but the answer was in present tense. Similarly, here, if the answer is in present perfect tense, try to ask the question in the same tense only. Mit wem hat er gesprochen?
Okay.
As an individual question, this is fine, no grammatical error, but considering the answer which we have, better is mit wem hat er gesprochen. Okay, last one.
Wofür interessiert dich?
Wofür Interessiert du dich? Sich für etwas interessieren. Reflexiv, na? So that should be shown in your question also. Like er und sich here. Similarly, du and dich. So since it's ish here, so either you can put du and dich or the sie, and then accordingly you can put it. Sie und ihnen. So wofür interessierst du dich? Everyone written same? Sam, Ashwini, you've also written the same?
In between the intercede and do, actually.
No, no.
Okay, you put this here and there.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, is this topic clear? Any confusion? I know this will come with a lot of practice, and specifically when this table is clear, but at least the concept is clear how we are going to use it.
I have a question with the ninth one, actually. So the mid them it's like about person, so like mid them. Okay.
Not omit. In that too, then again, this should be considered not the first one because we have the answer in present perfect tense. So better to ask it in the same tense only. Then,
Yes.
okay. Now, talking about the homework, this particular sheet, Wo in Da Composite, has a lot more exercises. I mentioned the answers already. So, what you have to do, first thing, as a homework, you will see, understand the meaning, and try to understand how it has been written rather than just going through it. Try to do some brainstorming and then accordingly understand it. So, in order to make it easier, I've mentioned all the answers already. So this is first thing which you have to do, and then Ananya, Sam, Ashwini, all three of you go through this table again. Ananya, please see last videos also so that you know about what you have missed already.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then talking about another homework which will be coming from this particular chapter, you have to write about something which is good for umwelt, accordingly discussed. Apart from this, if there is something additional in terms of writing, I'll send the screenshot for that over the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay, any question, any confusion?
No.
Okay, then we'll see each other, we'll see each other next Saturday.
I have a question about the basic one, like from the A to actually, like about like something I couldn't understand the teacher. So is it like es konnte den Lehrer nicht verstehen? So why are we using accusative here? For
Can you
example,
send me the screenshot for that, Sam?
yeah, sure. One
So you
second.
can send it to me over WhatsApp and then I'll explain it. Okay, and just to reiterate, please, whatever you are learning in the class from the book, please revise it because there are a lot of new words which are of higher level which are going to be very important for your learning considering it's B1. Okay, so please make sure, please, that you're taking out time and then you are revising whatever we are learning in the book, from the book.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, then bye guys, take care.